the real crux of change for him as a human being came about a month ago when his wife asked for a separation. So I want you to take over from here.
Yeah, that was an eye-opener on obviously a new level. And so, just, I guess, to paint the picture, I've been married for 15 years. I have 2 beautiful children. My dream in life was to have a happy family and, provide well for a happy family and lead a happy family. And so, I had other aspirations earlier in my life. I always knew in my heart the family was the number one most important thing to me, but I pursued other, I was coaching college football for a while. That was a dream. I lived that dream. But I quickly realized in my early, mid-20s that was not going to be enough satisfaction for me, that the family was really the main objective. And so, I made an intentional effort to move away from that. And, I did not get married until I was, 34, I think. So, I was very intentional about the whole process. I was not rushing into marriage. I wanted to make sure it was a one and done. I wanted to find the right girl, and dedicate my life to her and, make it work, and, so this was, probably a long time coming. And, we've had our ups and downs. We had a lot of ups. I had a positive career trajectory in, schools and in school administration and coaching and all that good stuff. I did that, for a long time. And the last 5 years have been a rockier road, and it's contributed to the decline of my health. I've had a seizure condition, that has escalated as a result directly with the stress from work and challenges in the workplace. And so all those factors have put a lot of strain on the marriage. There's been job losses. I have committed horrible sin in the process. I had a tragic job loss, and, we can get into as much detail as you need to. I want to help people, this. So, I guess it's been 3 or so years ago, I was fired from my job, and, I was so ashamed and guilty of it. And it was literally, the process of my firing took place on literally the beginning, where I had a meeting set up to meet with the folks who wanted to eventually do me in, was literally on the same day as the signing of our mortgage, or our closing, in a location that, we had just moved to, or were just about to move into, which was the second move that I initiated for my family, and probably the least desirable, as we relocated back a year later after, this all came to light. But that was the beginning of this spiral in the wrong direction, I would say, for sure. I had, again, the nice trajectory in the career for a long time, and then, but that's where I turned the corner and became, I guess, at a rapid rate, more destructive to my family and my marriage than ever before. And, So I hid that information from my wife for a period of months. That meeting took place, I believe, in the month of, it was either the end of August or the beginning of September, where I was informed that I was going to be let go. And I really felt, very strongly that it was not just. And so I challenged it with a lawsuit. I cannot get into detail about that, but I held that information from my wife as well. And it all came to light in December of that year. And that really laid the foundation for what eventually wound up happening here just about a month ago. It's been downhill since. Communication has been challenging, minimized. I've had a wall up, and I'm just coming to grips with all of it now. Ever since this, separation took place, I'm waking up to who I have been and who I want to be. And I've been fooling myself for a long time. I'm just, I've fooled myself in such a way that it has hurt the people I love the most. And that's not okay. And I just know what I know now, and you've helped me with all this. I know enough to know now that a lot of us are sleepwalking through life. It's the best way I can put it. We think we're living our life. And I had blinders on to my own self. I didn't live life the way it was supposed to be lived. I wasn't going out partying. I wasn't cheating on my wife. I wouldn't never do that. But, it was just, I was not focused. I was not ever focused really. At work, whenever I look back on these things, and I put blame on others so often, I couldn't see the damage that I did or the failures that I had. I didn't accept responsibility the way I probably should have. I'd pick and choose, probably the more I look back at this, I'd pick and choose the tasks at work that meant the most to me, and I'd really take pride and thrive in those. And then that would be justification to me. I did 85, 90% of this job. I'm crushing it. And, but 10 or 15%, I'm probably failing miserably. And that's what the supervisors or the evaluators see. And that's enough for them to not be satisfied. And that's happened in multiple workplaces. And that wasn't enough to get my attention. This is what's getting my attention. And, this is all that matters. This is all that matters, man. I trade everything. All the things that I used to think mattered. I had materialistic goals. I'm not saying that I don't want nice stuff, but I had aspirations of being the primary provider in my home, and to a toxic level, man. I mean, I don't know where that came from, but I've never been the primary provider in my home. And I'm waking up. I'm just waking up to so many things. I'm waking up to the fact that my wife didn't ever expect that. She didn't want that. She didn't need that. That was my problem, not her problem. She didn't care one bit. She loved me unconditionally, and she put up with so much for so long, and I failed her in so many ways that we probably won't be able to get into all the way, in no matter how long we talk about it, and I'm still probably going to discover more. And yeah, it's just it's awful stuff, and I just don't want anybody else. I don't want anybody else to feel this.
I really want to commend your courage and your humility for being able to say what you just said. And that in and of itself shows me and has shown me, because we've had lots of personal conversations that you can imagine over the past few weeks about this. That humility that we see right now is the reason why I know that you're turning your life around. I'm 100% convinced of it, because you're able to admit everything that you did wrong, and you're even willing to admit it publicly. And you're doing it because, one, you regret it, two, you want a different path going forward, and three, you want to save other people from making the same mistakes. And I think that's absolutely amazing. You should be proud of yourself. I certainly am proud of you. I love you with all my heart. And anybody watching this right now, the courage that this man is showing to do what he's doing right now, I dare say, like, just look in the mirror and just ask yourself, could you do the exact same thing? It's absolutely incredible. So I thank you, not on my behalf. I thank you on the behalf of anyone watching this who can benefit from hearing your story, and also thank you on behalf of your wife, because I know that you're doing everything you possibly can do to save your marriage.